The internet is a vast network that connects billions of people and devices around the globe, and much of this connection is made possible by physical cables. From the early days of telegraphy to modern fiber optic technology, the development of internet cables has been crucial in building the infrastructure that supports the digital world. The history of internet cables reflects the evolution of communication technology, with each advancement enabling faster, more reliable, and more expansive connectivity. The early beginnings, telegraph cables, 19th century. The history of internet cables begins with the invention of the telegraph in the early 19th century. While not used for the internet as we know it today, telegraphy was the first technology to transmit information over long distances using electrical signals sent through wires. The first successful long-distance telegraph line was established in the 1840s, and by the 1850s, telegraph cables have been laid across Europe and North America. One of the most significant achievements of this era was the laying of the first transatlantic telegraph cable in 1858. This undersea cable connected Europe and North America, allowing for communication across the Atlantic Ocean for the first time. While the cable initially failed after a few weeks, later versions succeeded, and this laid the foundation for future global communication networks. The advent of telephone cables, late 19th century. Following the telegraph, the invention of the telephone in the late 19th century further advanced the development of communication cables. Copper wires were used to transmit voice signals, and telephone networks began to spread across cities, countries, and eventually between continents. By the early 20th century, telephone cables had become the dominant method of long-distance communication. In 1956, the first transatlantic telephone cable, known as TAT-1, was laid between the UK and Canada. This cable used copper wires and could carry 36 simultaneous telephone conversations. The success of TAT-1 was a major milestone in global communication, setting the stage for more ambitious cable projects in the future. The rise of fiber optic technology, 1970s to 1980s. The development of fiber optic cables in the 1970s revolutionized the way data was transmitted across the internet. Unlike copper wires, which transmit data as electrical signals, fiber optic cables use light to send data at incredible speeds over long distances with minimal signal loss. This innovation was crucial in enabling the high-speed internet we rely on today. The first fiber optic cables were laid in the late 1970s and early 1980s, initially used for telephone and television networks. However, as the internet began to take shape, fiber optic technology became essential for handling the increasing amount of data. In 1988, the first transatlantic fiber optic cable, TAT-8, was laid, capable of handling much larger data volumes and faster transmission speeds. As the internet grew in the 1990s, the demand for faster and more reliable data transmission skyrocketed. Submarine fiber optic cables became the backbone of the global internet, connecting continents and carrying the vast majority of international data traffic. These cables, which lie on the ocean floor, link countries together, enabling internet communication across vast distances. During the dot-com boom of the late 1990s and early 2000s, many new submarine cables were laid, significantly expanding the global internet infrastructure. Cables like SAMEWE3, which connected Southeast Asia, the Middle East, and Western Europe, and FLAG, fiber optic link around the globe, which connected multiple continents, helped create a truly global internet. Today, there are more than 400 submarine cables spanning the globe, with thousands of kilometers of fiber optic cable connecting every major continent except Antarctica. These cables carry 99% of international internet traffic, including emails, videos, financial transactions, and more. Modern internet cables, particularly fiber optic cables, are critical to the functioning of the global internet. The key advantages of fiber optics over earlier copper cables include: fiber optic cables can transmit data at speeds of up to 100 gigabits per second or more, making them ideal for handling the high-speed internet demands of today. Fiber optic cables can carry vast amounts of data, supporting the massive growth in global internet traffic, including streaming services, online gaming, and cloud computing. Fiber optic cables can transmit data over much longer distances without the need for signal boosters, making them essential for long-distance communication. Fiber optics offer low-latency data transmission, which is crucial for real-time applications such as video conferencing, online gaming, and financial trading. As the world becomes more connected and data consumption continues to grow, internet cable technology is constantly evolving to meet new demands. Some of the key trends shaping the future of internet cables include hollow core fiber. This new type of fiber optic cable, which uses air-filled tubes instead of solid glass fibers, can transmit data even faster than traditional fiber optics. More efficient submarine cables. Engineers are developing new methods to lay submarine cables more efficiently and increase their durability, reducing the risk of damage from natural disasters or human activities. Underwater data centers. Companies like Microsoft are experimenting with placing data centers underwater, close to submarine cables, to reduce latency and improve data transmission speeds. The history of internet cables is a story of innovation and progress, from the early telegraph and telephone lines to the advanced fiber optic networks that power the internet today. These cables are the unseen infrastructure that enables the global flow of information, connecting people and businesses around the world. As technology continues to advance, internet cables will remain a vital component of the global communications network, ensuring that the world stays connected in the digital age.